The anime story begins with a battle between two great houses, waving their banners on either side. However, both sides settle to a truce, because a greater threat is about to destroy the world as they know it. Right now, the continent of ancient Japan is currently facing a plague against the evil giant demonic dragon, whose name is Zot. This dragon is like no other, and no one has ever been powerful enough to stop it from doing whatever the hell it likes. Every time this dragon awakens, it burns entire towns and villages to the ground, but no one has ever been strong enough to delay these attacks, so people can have enough time to evacuate the area, as he's so overpowered, costing millions of civilian lives each time he awakens. However, in this world there are two famous mages who people depend on, and together they also birthed a baby boy named Hero. One night when all the fighting stopped, these two mages told everyone that they need to seal the dragon tonight before it's too late. So all the soldiers and cloaked men stood together, waiting for the dragon Zot to appear and finally seal him for good. Once the purple moon was out, we see Hero's mother, a famous witch, known for her incredible swordsmanship and her two juicy bouncy balloons. She purposely set herself up as bait, pretending to sacrifice herself to attract the dragon Zot, as it was told the legendary Zot also loves juicy jugs just as much as we do. When she starts screaming out for help, two claws raised from the ground and a giant shadow forms around the ritual, and Zot finally awakens again. When he does, he lets out a giant roar and proceeds to attack Hero's mother, but at this moment she quickly uses a spell, unleashing herself, and puts the chains onto the dragon and pulls out her sword. At this moment, Hero's father, named Bairo, transforms from one of the soldiers into his true form and begins the sealing ceremony. Together they start the sealing process, forming giant protective bubbles around the beast. However, during the process, Bairo is struck by an arrow in his back, causing him to fall and bleed out. However, he insists that they both continue the sealing ceremony, or the dragon will never answer for his crimes and Zot's flames will destroy all souls and devour the land. However, Zot breaks out of the sealing magic and calls Bairo a pathetic noob, and proceeds to attack his son Hero. But while Zot tries to attack, his father uses a spell with his hand, saving the boy, but this causes the boy and the dragon to have a permanent scar on their chest, and right after the dragon uses its flames to destroy the entire ceremony, and everything gets blasted into smithereens, leaving only Hero alive because of his father's protective spell. Many years go by, and Hero has now grown up a bit and seeks revenge against all who betrayed his father, and also desires to kill the dragon that wiped out his family. Hero is seen wandering about in different areas, cloaked up and carrying a giant sword on his back. He keeps walking until he arrives at a new city where everyone is checked by the guards before entering. However, the guard was shocked upon looking into Hero's eyes and lets him enter without any problems. And he must know it was the son of Bairo. He wanders around the town trying to spot anything unusual, and he can see different mysterious creatures and strange foods for sale, until the people in the area spot a small girl who announces the arrival of a lord named Nambaku. She summons Nambaku and he arrives on a chariot surrounded by many guards and soldiers. Nambaku starts throwing copper coins at the people and calls them all worthless, smelly peasants and to bow before him immediately. All the villagers pick up the coins and start fighting over them, and one of them falls next to Hero. And Hero tries picking it up, but one of the city boy thieves, named Pesce, steals it from Hero. But the group of city boys tell Pesce not to take Nambaku's money, as he's spreading money that he had taken from them. One of the boys noticed that the Lord Nambaku has the Grand Troa in his chariot, and the Troa will grant any wish you want, and will supply all the money and food they will ever need and will never be poor again. However, the leader tells them all to forget it, as it's impossible to steal the Grand Troa, and they explain how they need to leave now, otherwise the boss will get angry. However, Pesce stays behind and can't help himself after seeing the Grand Troa and climbs onto the chariot, but Lord Nambaku notices. After, Hero wonders some more and he sees a man on the side of the street claiming he has got a rare crest which descended from the hero who defeated the evil dragon. But the man tells a twisted version of the story, as Hero knows exactly what happened that day. But the crest he was holding is real, after one of the boys from the street thieves gang snatches it out of the man's hand and runs away. But the merchant had a giant bodyguard who grabs the boy and raises him into the air. The merchant tells the big bodyguard to punch him 3 times and take the crest back. But before they could, Hiro appeared just in time and puts his massive blade right against his ugly ogre face, and told the bodyguard that the only time he ever draws for his sword is when he really means it. Hiro tells the merchant he will pay for the crest and after throws the guy a gold coin for the troubles, and the coin was worth double for what he was asking. After they let the boy go and the merchant thanks Hiro for the kind gesture. However, the boy tells Hiro that he just ruined his plan, as he was trying to get the bodyguard to hold him up and scold him for taking the crest so that the other street thieves boys could steal the merchant's items from the shop and their wallets. So Hiro just cost them a fortune by trying to be the nice guy. Right then the boy steals the crest out of Hiro's hands and bolts off down the street and runs away with his street friends. Later on, the boys go back to their secret city hideout and talk about Hiro being a jerk and ruining their plunder. However, Hiro sneaks inside their base and takes back the crest claiming it belongs to him, and none of them have no idea how valuable this is and what it means to him. Hiro asks the boy who stole it what his name was and he introduces himself as Tomet. The other boys call Hiro a dumb moron and said that what they steal still belongs to them. So Hiro runs away, and all the boys start chasing him on top of the rooftops and through alleyways. Meanwhile, another mysterious man, named Juru, a big scary Jiza with scars across his face, was also in the market and was spying around and asking strangers if they have seen a boy with a big sword named Hiro, with a drawing of the protagonist on a piece of paper. But no one in the market recalls seeing this boy. However, Juru's companion tells Juru that he's stolen too much from them already, and that this is the first town Hiro would most likely come to visit first. In a grand mansion across town, Nanbuko hosts a lavish dinner for his guests. Despite his facade as a mere merchant, Nanbuko's true colors emerge as he pressures his guests into selling their prized magic items. Concerns rise among the city's elite as they fear the repercussions of rising prices and potential unrest. Tensions escalate when a clumsy servant, who had greeted Nanbuko earlier, accidentally shatters a rare jar. The lord of the city fumes at the loss, but before he can voice his frustration, Nanbuko's armed guards swiftly intervene, their swords drawn, ready to enforce their master's will. As tensions rise in the mansion, the girl unveils the Grand Troa, suggesting a partnership with Nanbuko. Tempted by the offer yet wary of his reputation, the man hesitates. Suddenly, a miniature dragon-like creature swoops in, snatching the crystal with its tongue. The girl, quick to react, uses her magic to open the ceiling, causing both the creature and Peshate to tumble down from above. The next morning, Peshate finds himself bound in the city square, facing execution. Like clockwork, Hiro intervenes, halting the execution with practiced ease. Nanbuko's soldiers move in, but Hiro dispatches them effortlessly. Infuriated, the girl unleashes her lightning magic at Hiro, who deftly evades her attacks. Just as the situation escalates, a sturdy stranger appears, rescuing Hiro from harm. Seizing the moment, the girl grasps the Grand Troa, only for Hiro to boldly claim it as his father's possession, sending a ripple of concern through Nanbuko. In a desperate move, the girl channels the Grand Troa's magic, unleashing a powerful blast toward Hiro. With quick reflexes, Hiro manages to deflect the attack, but not before the girl is caught in the blast. The force propels her towards the mountain, causing a massive explosion that shatters its peak. As the dust settles, both the seal on Dagonzot and the emblem on Hiro's chest illuminate. Blinded by his thirst for revenge, Hiro unleashes a flurry of attacks against the colossal dragon. But to no avail, his efforts are effortlessly thwarted. Just as hope seems lost, Juru swoops in to aid his friend. The soldiers, realizing their futile attempts against Dagonzot, redirect their arrows towards Hiro and Juru in desperation. However, before the arrows can find their mark, the legendary dragon unexpectedly shields the duo, surprising everyone with its protective gesture. In a fit of rage, Dagonzot unleashes its fury upon the city, laying waste to everything in its path before vanishing into the shadows. While the man beside Nanbuko seethes with anger, Nanbuko wears a satisfied smirk, reveling in the fear he has instilled. He delights in the realization that people now clamor for his protection in the wake of such terror. The scene then shifts to the thieves' hideout, where Hiro lies unconscious. Juru recounts the events of 10 years past, when Hiro's parents attempted to seal Dagonzot. Buffer Zone, the chosen site, was strategically located at the heart of 3 powerful kingdoms. Hiro's mother, Kismaitide, sacrificed her soul to lure out the dragon, while Lord Barrow wielded his sealing treasure, and Hiro aided with the sacred mirror. Together with 100 elite mages, they commenced the sealing ritual, but tragically, their efforts were in vain. Despite Juru's intervention to save Hiro, his parents and all the magicians fell victim to the engulfing black flames of Dagonzot. As Hiro regains consciousness, he immediately searches for the dragon, driven by a relentless desire for vengeance. Juru attempts to calm him, revealing that he has been training Hiro for the past decade and has taken him under his wing. Meanwhile, Tomet underestimates Hiro's newfound strength, but Hiro's resolve remains unshaken. He queries Tomet about Nanbuko's whereabouts, but Tomet brushes off the inquiry. He describes Nanbuko as a nefarious arms dealer who causes conflict between kingdoms for personal gain.